Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for episode number 12 of our local to global Lariat League wrestling. And guys, today is going to be the day that we hit small. I honestly thought it would take a lot longer than this, so I'm kind of happy. I mean, when we're looking at the date in the game, we are nearly 2 years in, but episode wise, because of your boy skipping some, skippable months, but obviously recapping them, we've got here 12 episodes in. Already fucked it up. 12 episodes in. But here we are at Lariat League live, 2-hour shows, both of them are now. I was thinking that when we go small to do weekly shows, but I feel like that's not worth it yet, so I think we'll stick to the 2 events a month. But the only reason why I wanted to do TV shows is because the roster gets less annoyed with you if you don't use them on TV than with events, because obviously these are technically, pay-per-view events if you think about it, or that's what the game recognizes them as. So if you leave someone off, they get annoyed. Whereas with TV shows, it's not really like that. So I might revert to TV shows, because what we could do is we could do 1-hour TV shows if we can even manage to get a TV deal, and then record like 2 episodes at once, or record 4 episodes at once. So it's effectively 2-hour shows, but we just break them up across the month. So I think that's something I might do. Either way, we're here, week 1, March. This is the month I hope that we get that email saying, hey, you're small, woo! Which, sounds lame because we're being called small, but that's actually a huge deal for us. But I've spoken enough. You can see we've got our opening match here. Colby Corino taking on Flash Morgan Webster. And in a bout that had superb wrestling and good heat, Colby Corino gets the win. He defeats Flash Morgan Webster. And this is the only match that I have dictated the winner in. Just because I wanted Colby to get a win. Because Colby at the moment is like a lower mid-carder, when according to his stats, he really shouldn't be. It's just his popularity. Whereas Morgan Webster is known as a main eventer, but he's someone that I'm probably never going to use as a main eventer. So I chose Colby to win. Morgan Webster was furious with it, but right now I'm not fussed if he's pissed off with me, because half the roster I've got morale issues because they're not being used week in. But that's another conversation for another episode. But Colby gets the win with a 63 performance, and if anything, that proves it. Morgan Webster's apparently a main eventer, but Colby gets better ratings. So yeah, good decision by me. And they've got great chemistry, so we can return to this as and when Colby needs a rub. So 67 overall, great start to the show. We've only got one title match tonight because Timothy Thatcher is working for Pro Wrestling Noah right now, which is annoying. And Ashton Smith is in a trios match in our main event instead. The only other person that isn't available is Cara Noir. He's wrestling in Germany, I believe. So, they're not hugely missed because we've got a pretty decent roster now. Following this, though, we have some tag team action. It's Nixon Newell and Aaliyah James taking on Zoe Lucas and Debbie Keitel. Now that we've got some women on our screen, I just want to refer to the tournament I mentioned in the last episode. It is going to happen. I'm just waiting for a few women signings to come through, and then we will start that tournament. So don't worry, guys, it is happening. We just need to wait for the women's division to kind of flesh out a little bit more. But in this match, we got a win for Nixon Newell and Aaliyah James. They defeated Zoe Lucas and Debbie Keitel in 19 minutes with a springboard crossbody. Aaliyah getting a lovely win again. She's definitely someone that we want to push. And looking at the numbers, everyone did really well. Zoe probably has the highest pop out of all of these, which is weird because Nixon Newell's there. But she did the worst. Debbie Keitel is listed as unimportant in our roster, but she's got the joint best performance. So in LLW, popularity really isn't the be-all and end-all. It's very much about your in-ring skills. And yeah, we had great performances all around here. 54 is awesome. And yeah, 4 great stars that we're probably going to keep for a very long time in our women's division. Following this, though, I believe we have either tag team or an interview. It's a tag team, and it is Robert Sharp and Oscar Loeb taking on Funky Phantasma. And in a superb match, Funky Phantasma get the win. Ryusuke Taguchi pins Oscar Loeb with a crossface chicken wing facebuster in a 55 rated match, which is really good. And El Hijo del Fantasma carried the match, apparently, which makes sense. He is definitely, a few levels above the people here in terms of in-ring ability with a 65, so that's great to see. So we can get the Funky Phantasma building up, and then maybe Phantasma himself can, peel off into the singles division. But a 47 from Oscar Loeb, Robert Sharp with a 40, Phantasma with a 65, as we just said, and Taguchi with a 37. And Taguchi's getting better at his gimmick. Speaking of gimmicks, I do need to run through those and make a few changes, so mental note. But after this now, I believe we now have a little special interview. It's William Regal interviewing Shakara, because Shakara is having a Queen of the Lariat League match tonight against Aisha Ray. And this could be her chance to become the second two-time Queen of the Lariat League. And let's just quickly handle the changes, because we are turning Shakara face. Not that heels and faces matter too much in LLW, but we just want to keep it clear, because you do get boosts for a heel face match. So she is now face. She's really supportive. She's thanking the crowd for all the support that she's had, and says that she's going to do her best to defeat Aisha Ray to become the Queen of the Lariat League. And Shakara's already out here, so Aisha Ray makes her grand badass entrance with her little sunglasses and her beautiful championship belt draped over her shoulder. And we head straight into our Queen of the Lariat League match. And in a bout that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, Aisha Ray got the win. She defeated Shakara. I don't know what the hell happened to Shakara in this match, but she got a 38. I mean, that's still good for our level, but that's not good for Shakara. I swear she normally gets better numbers than that. But either way, Aisha Ray got the win. She wins again, making defense number 8 of her Queen of the Lariat League. And it's really starting to look like Ashton Smith and Aisha Ray are just simply unbeatable when it comes to their title reigns. Aisha Ray over 63, which is great. She's getting better and better every time we see her. And that's what we want. We want our talent to thrive and grow. Just going back to Shakara, though, 38 isn't the best. But I think Shakara's 23, 24. So it's definitely something that she can push on with and improve on. So I'm not too worried about those numbers. 49, though, is still really good result for us. This now takes us to our main event, I believe. It's a trios match. I'm not going to try and remember who's in it. Actually, yes, I am. It's Ashton Smith and Mustache Mounting teaming up to take on, I believe, Gursinder Singh, Charlie Garrett, was that his name? And Absolute Andy. Charlie Garrett's someone who really impressed me in the last episode, providing I've got his name right. So let's see how this fun little exhibition match goes. 68, awesome. Oh, it's not Gursinder Singh or Absolute Andy, it's Big T and Little T. My bad. But in an exceptional match, Ashton Smith and Mustache Mountain get the win. Of course they do. Charlie Garrett and Big T, Little T lose. 22 minutes 51 seconds when Tyler Bate gets the pin on Big T Justice. I'm glad that they didn't say that Tyler Bate did a Tyler driver on Big T, because I looked up Big T and he's called Big T for a reason, because he's 7 foot tall. And I can't see little 5'9", I think he is, Tyler Bate, picking up a 7 foot tall black man. Can you? Because I can't. I know he's a big strong boy, but he's not that strong. So I'm assuming that pin was done in a different way. In terms of ring work, though, Tyler Bate is killing it. An 85 rating from Tyler Bate. I mean, I don't know how we've managed to secure this guy, but he is definitely the future of Lariat League, and someone that probably will have to get a title match against Ashton Smith sooner rather than later. Trent with a 45, Ashton with a 67, which is great. Charlie Garrett again with a 61. He could be someone that's in line to face his own tag team partner, Ashton Smith. The reason why they're on opposite ends here is because Charlie Garrett's come in with a heel attitude. So, that goes against everything that Ashton currently believes in as our face of the company. But yeah, a really great match to end. Big T, Little T, they're a fun little team that I've thrown together. And I really like both of them. Getting good numbers, 52 and 57. Trent, again, falling behind. I think Trent is someone, once we've ridden this Mustache Mountain wave, is someone that we're probably going to let go. Or I might try and talk him into retirement and becoming a road agent, because that could be good as well. But let's end the show. Let's see how we did. And 64, decent. We're averaging the low 60s, high 50s now, which is really, really good for a company our size. If we can keep that going for the next God knows how long, we're going to be golden, and we're going to be getting closer and closer to medium, which I think is around 55 pop. So yeah, that's a long road. It's going to take us a while to get there, but it's what we have to aim for. And again, you can see how we're approaching nearly 1,000 people at our shows, which is incredible as well. So let's make a speech. I'm going to give a shout out to Colby in his opening match on a good performance. Who else did really well? Aisha Ray, of course, did really, really well. And I mean, we can't ignore Tyler Bate. Let's tell them that they're awesome. So Colby is pleased, Aisha is very happy, and Tyler Bate seems pleased. Tyler Bate probably going to be our next king of the Lariat League if he keeps up with these performances. We can't not give him a chance sooner rather than later. But that's how we end LLW Live. Providing we get no emails in between, I'd love it if the next day we get a cheeky email saying you're small. But let's be patient, and I'll hopefully see you at Lariat League in London. If anything comes up in between, of course, you'll see it in like 5 seconds. So I'll see you guys then. Guys, you can see it. I can see it. We can see it. It happened. I manifested it. I was like, oh, imagine if the next day we get a cheeky little email. Look at this cheeky little email. Lariat League Wrestling has risen to small size. So I don't know what that really means, except we've gone up in size. Hold on, let's not go there. Let's go here. 35 pop. Woo! We've done it now. To get to medium, we need to achieve 59 popularity in our home region, which is a bit wild, because if our shows are averaging around 60, we're going to need to be consistent with that, especially as we approach 59. I mean, for now, getting from 35 to say 45, easy task. Getting from 45 to 50, relatively easy still. And I imagine as we continue, we'll have more money, more people coming to watch, more prestige, which means we can sign better people. A prime example of that is Finn Balor. If we wanted Finn Balor right now, if we wanted Samoa Joe right now, even if we wanted AJ Styles, I think we could sign them, but they're on 1,000 plus a week, and I'm not spending that much money. But we are now small, so the first thing to do is see if we can get a TV deal. So you can see there's a dormant event here. This is what I want to be our season finale event. So looking at these, I'd probably want to turn LLW Live into our weekly TV show, because then that kind of gives us the flexibility to go anywhere in the UK, because we're probably going to have to start doing that at some point. But then also Lariat League London, I really like saying Lariat League London. So I might sack off LLW Live and just have Lariat League in London be our weekly show. So let's add a TV show. Let's just call it Lariat League in London. Can we do a TV show and an event under the same name? LLW in London. That'll be our A show. It'll be 1 hour long, held on Thursdays, shown on Fridays, and we're going to tape 2 shows at a time, I'm thinking. Numbering, no. Save. Okay, so it's an off-air TV show. Let's go to broadcasting, view all broadcasters. Anyone that wants to work with us, still just YouTube. Can we get a TV deal with YouTube? Negotiate. New deal for TV. What are they willing to give us? Oh wait, we don't want prime time. Let's go to on demand. What can we get? We can get Graveyard. How much does Graveyard give you? So it's minimum 15. Early evening. And we're not head-to-head analysis is available on demand, blah, blah. Yeah, we don't want to be going head-to-head with people, because we'd be going against SmackDown, CMML, and Rampage. Whereas if we go Graveyard, it'd be Rampage. So on demand doesn't affect anything. It'll still be the same thing. We can get a 1 year deal. Can we get a 2 year deal? A 1 year deal for our weekly TV show. I mean, yeah. Default, we'll leave that, and we'll do the 100% even though no money is made. Proposed deal. There we go. We've got it. Nice. Okay, so we now have a TV show. How long for our events? Expires in 2 months and 3 weeks. Okay, so now looking at our events, LLW Live, I think we need to make dormant. Modify this event. Dormant, save. The Lariat League in London event. Modify, let's make it dormant. Another thing to keep in mind is our TV show. Obviously, when you go to events, you get a lot more people coming to them because it's an event. Whereas TV shows, we're probably going to be getting less people for the first couple of weeks, whatever, in terms of our crowd. So we need to make sure that our TV show is ticket prices for TV still very cheap, but I'm going to pop our events up to cheap now. Save. And what I'm going to do now, before we go into any other shows or anything, just going to sort out our roster, sort out a few other little things, maybe create some events as well, just so we've got some kind of schedule or calendar now. And yeah, I'll come back and show you guys anything that I do, but if not, you'll see me at our first televised event, Lariat League in London, in 6 days time. So actually, hold on, because that'll be in week 2. I don't want to record 2 episodes in week 2, so let's just quickly edit that. I want to just tape the one show for this one, and then when we get to week 3, then we do 2 episodes at a time, because then it'll be week 3 and 4, then 1 and 2. Yeah, I don't want a weird schedule. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you guys either at Lariat League in London, or I'll show off whatever events we've done. I might save that for the end of the month. I'll see you guys at Lariat League in London. Okay, bye. Okay, and we are back. For you guys, it's been 1.5 seconds. For me, it's been, I'd say, like half an hour, maybe a little bit longer. Haven't really done too much. I basically got to our first TV show, our first weekly show, let's call it. I've also hired a bunch of people. I've fired a few people too. You can see we've got a load of gimmick changes that are happening, because I hate the old school heel and the old school face gimmicks. Maybe 1 or 2 tag teams if I remember, and we have our full schedule written, and I think this is a schedule we're going to stick with for quite some time, because I put way too much thought behind this schedule. But first, I'm going to leave the schedule till the end because I'm quite proud of it. Let's look at our roster. I think we've got just under 43. So anyone new, I'll stop and talk about. So we'll just click through. If you want to pause and look at popularity and stats, you can. I'm just going to click through everyone until we get to someone new. Okay, and the first one here is a man like Derice. So he is a wrestler, obviously. And the reason why we signed him is because we signed Leon Slater, who's a little bit further down. And we saw that Leon Slater is in a tag team with a man like Derice, who's also simply known as Derice, which is what we've gone for here. He's actually got some decent stats here. His basics are 83, 79 consistency, stamina's pretty good. So I feel like he'll be a fun little character to use. Working heel, and he is obviously a tag team with Leon Slater, and they are called Boisterous Behavior. So yeah, we'll take a look at those in a sec, but let's keep going down the list. And then here is Leon Slater, 21 years old, but he's got 5 years experience. He's a bit of a beast in Southern England. He's got 42 pop, really good stats. So he's definitely a future star, kind of like Levi Muir. I want to kind of build this guy up to be a future star too, because he's got all the potential in the world. So yeah, Leon Slater is here with his 0.00001% gimmick, whatever that means. Next up, we've got Millie McKenzie. We saw that that's someone we were probably going to bring in I think I mentioned that earlier. I might not have. But yeah, Millie McKenzie's now here. She should be fun. Oh, who's she in a relationship with? Callum Newman. Who's Callum Newman? Oh, nice. Go on, Callum. 21. How old's Millie? 24. Nice. Yeah, so Millie McKenzie's here. I think she's the current Eve champion. Yes, she is. But that's fine. We've got her on a contract. Following that, Nikki Storm has signed for us as well. She's still based in USA. I'm going to wait for her to get a little bit happier, and then I might try and bring her over just to save on some travel costs. But in all honesty, the money that we make each month now, it kind of doesn't matter. But this will be a huge test of the weekly TV shows, because that's 4 shows a week, and every second month it's also a pay-per-view event. So we've got 6 pay-per-view events, but we'll get into that later. Carrying down, Nixon, Oscar, Raven, Creed is our next one. She just had some pretty good stats down here, and I just really liked the look. Does she have a different picture? Let's see. I haven't actually looked. Raven, Creed. No. Okay, cool. That's fine. We might look for a different picture, see if there's a cooler looking one. I like it when they look straight on, you know, like most of these. That's kind of what I want from my pictures. A few more names as we get further down. These are all common. Taguchi, Stacey Baroni. So I did a search of young lions, so people that have entered wrestling and, you know, are just like new gen. So this is another this person doesn't exist face that I've done. I think I've got it pretty accurate. It says that she's Pacific American, and this is kind of a Pacific American looking person. But she's got mad numbers. Look at this. So it's basics already. She's in her first year of wrestling, and basics are 74, consistency is 86, safety 72, resilience 78, star quality 60, which is great. And these things are just going to get better and better as she continues. So she has a very distinctive walk as well, apparently, whatever that means. She's a heel heat machine. Oh, I should probably have her heel then. Better as a heel, amazing at a heel. Yeah, let's have her start as a heel then. A ditzy heel, and she's adopted the X pump kick as her finishing move, and she's pretty good at comedy, which is why she's got the ditzy gimmick. But yeah, she's another new gen, just like Lynn Cool. Where's Lynn? Lynn Cool. So hopefully both of them can get over. We've kept Lynn as an old school heel just because it's great, and I've not really got much going on for Lynn at the moment. Back down here, I bought in this guy, Taishi Ozawa, and I'm really going to push him as like a bit of a monster, just because his stats are great. Like, this is a huge, like, awesome basis to work off of. These stats here, he's got some decent numbers up here. His technical and pure arrests are pretty good as well. And yeah, he quit Noah for some reason. Like, he wasn't fired, he quit, which shows that he's got a bit of drive about him. I don't know, there's just something about this look that I'm thinking he could kill someone. So yeah, we brought in Taishi Ozawa, who's also a young lion. Any more new people? Yes, one more near the end. Zia Brookside, so Robbie Brookside's daughter, second generation star, as you can see here. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure most of you are familiar with her. She's a great little worker, and I'm sure she's going to do some good stuff. There's a part of me that wants to team her with Nixon just because they both got rainbow coloured hair in their pictures, but yeah, we'll see. So there's that. I think the only thing to do now, wait, let's just show you that other team. Yeah, Boisterous Behaviour, there they are. I don't think there's any other new teams. No, that's all of our teams. Title Prestige, we might as well look at quickly. Ashton Smith's got it up to 40 now, which has been for a while. The Knights, have they gone up at all? They've gone up by 1, which is great to see. We've got Aisha Ray with her 36, and then of course, I think I've shown you this before. We do have our Prince of the Lariat League, but that is yet to debut. But I think that'll come soon. Now onto the events, which I'm very proud of because I did research. I wanted the events to kind of relate to something to do with British/London history. So let's jump over here now. So we've got Lariat League in London, which is our weekly television show now. So it's our weekly web show on YouTube. And then we're going to have a show every second month. So February, April, June, August. It kind of changes up a bit here, but I'll explain why. But starting with February, we have got LLW's A Tale of Two Cities. So this is a Charles Dickens inspired event, because Charles Dickens was born in February. And the reason why it's called A Tale of Two Cities is because this is a special event where all of our British talent must face foreign talent, i.e. A Tale of Two Cities. So for example, Ashton Smith would not be able to face Gursinder Singh, Damon Moser, people like that, because they are based in the same country. He would have to face Timothy Thatcher, Bobby Guns, Taguchi, someone like that, because it has to be someone from another city, aka country or territory. So that's the theme behind that one. The next one and the first event we will see, probably in the next episode, is LLW Tempest. This one is called Tempest because it's based off the Shakespeare play The Tempest. And for anyone that hasn't read The Tempest or knows about it, it's from what I remember, I might be wrong, it's like two families going against each other, to put it incredibly loosely. There's like family war. So for this one, the main event will be a kind of a 3-on-3 or a 4-on-4, something like that, that we can build towards. So the main event will just be maybe a showcase of all of our best talent in the ring, heels versus faces, something like that. I feel like that would be a good idea. These are obviously just ideas. When we get to the events, we might want to mix it up. Not every match has to be 3-on-3. Not every match here has to be foreign versus non-foreign. Just ideas for now, and maybe it could just be the main event as that. The next one is called Ashes to Ashes. Very on the nose of this one. The Ashes, cricket, are held typically in June each time they're on. So I just thought, cricket is a very British sport. Ashes, England are always involved in that. So this one's just called Ashes to Ashes. No special theme for this one. The next one, though, is called Riot. And this is very loosely based off of the London riots that happened however many years ago it was. That was in early August. So I've called it Riot, and this one will be a more aggressive pay-per-view. So if we have any special stipulations, any kind of hardcore matches, Falls Count Anywhere, cage matches, if we want to go that far, things like that, Riot will be the place where it will probably take place. This next one is London's Calling. You've seen it before briefly. This is our WrestleMania, our All Out, our big event of the year, our Wrestle Kingdom. And the reason why it is held specifically in London, meant to take place in Southern England, and in November, is because the current King of England, King Charles, was born in November. So it only makes sense for our biggest event of the year to take place in the year that our monarchy or current monarch was born. I was originally going to have this hosted on my birthday because I thought that would be cool. But then I came up with the right idea, and my birthday is at the beginning of August. So I think the Riot one's pretty cool. So London Calling can go anywhere. And then finally, this is our final event of the year. It's right at the end, the final week of the final month of the year. Clock strikes 12, and this is just our end of year bash, a celebration of the year that we've had, and just your run of the mill pay-per-view event, or in this case just event, because I doubt we're going to get any pay-per-view time for a while. But that is our event schedule. I will do my best. I'll work with my fiance because she's very good at the graphics and logos. Like, she made the LLW logo and things like that. I'll work with her to get some kind of logos for these. Not that it's the biggest deal, but I always quite like including graphics. It makes it a bit more real. So yeah, we're going to do that. In regards to this episode, I think, and you might hate me for this, I think I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to get to the end of the month for us. So I'm going to get to the end of April and just get through these first 3 Lariat League in London episodes. I'm not going to do anything crazy in them. I'm just going to get all of these gimmick changes done, have some matches, work out some chemistry, where I want to go story-wise. And then I think I'm going to start the next one with LLW Tempest. And then because I'll be in week 1, I can then change the TV schedule to 2 episodes at a time. So we can maybe do a half month every episode, or we can somehow blitz through 4 shows an episode, which might not be too bad, because now that we're in small, nothing crazy is going to really happen in between episodes, because it's going to be a long slog until we get to medium. So it might be that our episode schedule from Tempest onwards would be the 4 episodes, the 4 episodes in a single episode of the month, and then we review the end of the month, see our pop increase, see our money increase. Hopefully there's money increase, and then any new signings and things like that. And that might be the structure from now on, just monitoring our growth, and just putting on some great shows. And I think I'll slowly start integrating specific storylines for certain people, just to make those episodes a little bit more interesting for you guys. And yeah, I think that's what we're going to do from now. Now that we're here at small, I think we're in a very safe place, and it's going to be a long time until we get to medium. So we're just going to enjoy being small, and we're going to just start growing and growing and growing, and just seeing what we can do with all of this. Also, you've known that there's not many morale issues here anymore, but I've just noticed a few more. Because we've got so much money right now, and this might be stupid, I'm just giving people £1,000. It seems to shut them up. Who else is unhappy? Charlie Garrett already. Oh, he has lost twice though, so there you go. Boom, happy. So I think everyone now is happy. So we've got yeah, and let's just check our finances. Yeah, we've lost 21,000 so far this month, but that's just because I've pretty much given everyone £1,000 just to shut them up. Well, anyone that was unhappy, I've given them £1,000. So we might take a slight hit in the next month, but I think we'll be fine. We've got a load in the bank, so even if we do have a -1 month, our consortium will help us out. But that's how I'm going to end this one, guys. Thank you very much for everything so far. We're at small. We're in a very safe place, I think. I hope. Might have bitten the bullet a bit too quick with the weekly TV shows, but hey ho, if you don't try, you don't know. So yeah, I'm going to get the rest of March out the way, get all of these gimmicks done, clean this up, because I hate it when there's a lot of stuff here. And we will see you in the next episode at our first proper event as a small company, LLW Tempest. Thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. Yeah.